beat him after that, it don't count. You understand me? So it's not that. I'm not saying Floyd's not a great fighter, but I can't put him ahead of guys who have crossed that line like that. When you have I put you in with an equal opposition. Floyd would beat Sugar? No, baby. Floyd is not as near as mean as Sugar was.
You don't think he would have beat him?
How? How you gonna keep him off? Sugar is a dog. People don't, just cause his name Sugar don't mean nothing.
Been orchestrated, I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Roy Jones Jr. strongly called out Floyd Mayweather, leaving Stephen A. Smith taken aback. He argued that while Floyd's record looks impressive, it's built on fights against well-known names who were no longer in their prime. Roy believes Mayweather never truly tested himself against someone with real power or real danger. In his view, Floyd's career was more about playing it safe than proving he was the best in the ring.
Mayweather, Roy.
I don't know what's going on with him. Sugar Ray Leonard said himself he thought he would beat him. The reason I tell people I thought Sugar would beat him is because when you mention great fighters, right? 90% of the great fighters are black, the ones from the past. Now, with the Eastern Bloc coming on like they are, there's gonna be some great ones coming on now. Even with Lil Tony, as you see, these guys are gonna be great. They're gonna start eclipsing and becoming up there too. But right now, if you had to name 5 of the best fighters of all time, 4 of them are gonna be black. You understand me? Who did he beat that was black in his prime, that was in their prime, that was on his level? Nobody. Sugar Ray Leonard beat Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns twice, Roberto Duran, who would be one of the other people on that pound list. He beat guys that were Floyd Mayweather Sr. He beat guys that were at their prime, no matter what color they were. He beat all of them at their prime. Him and Tommy fought when they both had O's. Not when Tommy got beat by Iran Barkley. That's too late to beat Tommy. If you beat him after that, it don't count. You understand me? So it's not that. I'm not saying Floyd's not a great fighter, but I can't put him ahead of guys who have crossed that line like that. When I put you in with an equal opposition, now I can judge and say, hey, you did that, you go on that line. But Terrence Crawford was there all these years. He never fought him. He fought Canelo, who was way younger than Crawford, 3 years younger than Crawford. But Crawford was there too, but you never called Crawford's name.
Is there like some sort of tensions and beef between you? Or?
He got mad because I said that on All the Smoke, and then he started put up some video of him watching some of the fights I had in my later career where I got knocked out. He said, look at the highlights. Yeah, they make the highlights, whatever, but those highlights are probably more exciting than your highlights. Still, you feel me? But when you play with me, I'm not ducking or dodging nothing. Still, my name's still Roy Jones Jr. I don't care. I get in shape right now for anybody. Running ain't my game. I never duck and dodge. I'm not that guy.
Do you think he'll fight you?
I don't know if he will. I'm wide open for it. So let's go.
And on that note, always a pleasure, my man. Thank you.
As Stephen A. Smith praises Floyd Mayweather's greatness, he recalls one of the most impressive moments of Floyd's career. The night he fought a young and powerful Canelo Alvarez. Stephen shares how Mayweather entered that fight with an injured hand, something most fighters would never risk, yet still managed to dominate. He emphasizes Floyd's skill, composure, and ring IQ, saying very few could outclass someone like Canelo, even at full strength. For Stephen, this fight proves just how special Mayweather truly is. Despite the injury, Floyd never backed down and showed why he's considered one of the greatest in boxing history.
Brother looks me in my face and he says, I'm gonna take him out about the 8th or 9th round. And I said, your hand's always broken. You ain't known for your punching power since you moved up from lightweight to welterweight. Why are you so sure you're gonna do this? He said, Stephen A., he's a UFC fighter. He said, and he's a striker. He's accustomed to coming at you and throwing punches. What he's not accustomed to doing is punching while he's throwing backwards, while he's moving backwards and pushing you off of him. He says, I'm gonna walk right into him and stay in his chest. He's gonna have to push me off in order to throw his punches. He said he's gonna be circling the ring. He said by around 4 or 5, he's not gonna have any legs. He's gonna be done. And he said, and I'll just toy with him and keep him around until around the 8th or the 9th round. And that is exactly what Floyd Money Mayweather did.
Boxers, if not the greatest boxer in history. He's absolutely sensational. But he retired years ago, and for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. Looking at these exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know. But I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with
Yeah.
Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
I just believe.
Roy Jones Jr. doesn't just question Floyd Mayweather's greatness, he actively dismantles the foundation of it. In Roy's eyes, Floyd's 50-0 record is more about protection than perfection. He believes Mayweather built his undefeated status by avoiding the truly dangerous opponents in their prime, relying on clever matchmaking and timing rather than facing real risk. For Roy, true greatness isn't about staying clean, it's about taking chances, walking through fire, and still standing tall. He points out that any true boxing fan who follows the sport closely can see the cracks in Mayweather's carefully polished image. It's not about hate, Roy insists. It's about honesty.
Even at this age, who's better? Let's do it. We don't got to do subliminals. Roy Jones, 56 years of age, right? If you don't know, Roy Jones, who's 66 wins, 10 losses, no draw, 47 wins by way of knockout. He was knocked out 5 times in his career. Stands at 5'11" with a 74-inch arm reach. Roy Jones was asked a few times, particularly he did an interview with another Hall of Famer, an Olympic gold medalist, 2-division world champion, retired, Andre S.O.G. Ward. And Roy Jones was asked about, what his thoughts is of Floyd Mayweather. He's always been very outspoken when it comes to Floyd Mayweather. He's never kept it a secret. He don't value Floyd Mayweather because Floyd Mayweather made a statement about Roy Jones, icon, right? A guy he looked up to, the GOAT that many people believe, Muhammad Ali. When Floyd Mayweather made the comments that Muhammad Ali is not better than him, that he's better than Muhammad Ali, Roy Jones didn't take that too light. Roy Jones was not happy with that. He said, how you gonna say you better than the GOAT? How you gonna say you better than somebody that paved the way for us all? How you gonna say, that you could beat Muhammad Ali? You a small guy. You understand what I'm saying? And rightfully so, I get it. But Roy Jones, gotta understand, everybody's mindset ain't his mindset, right? Everybody don't have the same mindset. Everybody not looking at it the same way, right? Floyd Mayweather always says this. It is no disrespect to no other fighter, but I ain't getting the sport of boxing to say no fighter is better than me. And he ain't supposed to, right? You get in this, you have idols, you have icons, you have people that pave the way that you look up to, but you get in it to be better than them, right? It's just like being a parent, right? You want your kids to be better than you, not equal to you, not on the same level, but you want them to be better than you. And that's how Floyd Mayweather look at it. Yeah, Muhammad Ali paved the way. Yes, he's great, but guess what? I ain't getting in this sport for to say somebody's better than me. Now, where Floyd Mayweather went a little sideways to the people when Muhammad Ali's kids and family got involved, his daughter Layla Ali, they wasn't happy. And then Floyd said,
As Roy Jones Jr. continues to speak out, more people are starting to understand his side of the story. He's not just talking out of bitterness, he's telling the truth from the perspective of someone who has been in the trenches of boxing at the highest level. When Roy was in his prime, he was a phenomenon, fast, powerful, creative, and nearly untouchable in the ring. His career was filled with moments of brilliance where he took on real danger and made it look effortless. That's why his words carry weight.
Roy Jones Jr. is telling the truth about Floyd Mayweather Jr. Finally, as the two of these incredible fighters have been going back and forth in the media, trading barbs, trading insults. But as people listen and look, one thing that stands out to me is that you guys must have really forgotten how great a fighter Roy Jones Jr. was at his peak. When you look at Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s whole career, you see a perfect career, incredible fights, no losses. But what you won't see is any time in his career where he was as good and as dominant at his peak as Roy Jones Jr. was. Roy Jones Jr. was one of the best fighters, pound for pound, #1 fighter in the sport of boxing for over a decade, and he deserves respect for that. Now, specifically about what Floyd Mayweather Jr. had to say and the insult that he had about Muhammad Ali, that's what is at the root of Roy Jones Jr.'s problem with Floyd Mayweather Jr. Because Floyd Mayweather Jr., despite how great he is absolutely positively an egomaniac, seemingly incapable of giving other people their credit. If you can't give credit to Muhammad Ali as being one of the top 5 fighters of your lifetime, Floyd, stop it. You know full well that he is a better fighter than Roberto Duran and that you are just being petty and insulting about the man. And I applaud Roy Jones Jr. for checking Floyd Mayweather on that. And he isn't the first person to check Floyd about that. Mike Tyson said the same thing. Floyd is just an incredibly gifted person in the ring, but outside the ring, I think it's kind of hard to find anybody that's a bigger jackass than Floyd Mayweather.
Claressa Shields, a decorated Olympic champion and one of the most respected names in boxing today, has stepped into the heated debate between Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. She's made her stance clear through back-and-forth comments on social media. Claressa believes the only way to settle this is through an official fight in the ring. While she acknowledges Floyd's talent and accomplishments, she questions how much they truly mean without a serious challenge. In her view, facing an opponent like Roy Jones Jr., who has proven himself across multiple weight classes, would finally reveal whether Floyd truly deserves the legendary status many have given him. She wants action, not just reputation, to define greatness.
The back and forth with Floyd Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. I don't like the debate. You know, to me, they're legendary. They're Hall of Famers. Well, I don't understand this beef. I mean, what do you think about it overall?
Beef is beef, man. Smoke is smoke. People don't like each other, man. I don't know why everybody act like they're so shocked. This is who I don't like. Hell, beef is beef, man. And everybody got their egos and. You know, Floyd posted that story where he showed Roy Jones getting knocked out, and then Roy said what he said, and it was like, now it's beef. So, hey, best way to handle beef is to fight.
That's what Tarver said. Just let him fight. Let him fight.
Just let him fucking fight.
You see another exhibition on that.
That's how I feel about all my beef. Just let us fight, goddamn. I want to fight somebody.
So if I had to bet the house, who would I bet on? Mayweather or Roy Jones Jr. if that fight actually did happen?
I have seen Mayweather train, and I was in Dubai with him on one of the exhibition fights. And I tell you that Mayweather can come back and fight professional against some of the best men in the world right now. So.
This potential clash between Floyd and Roy has ignited the boxing world. It's not just casual fans talking. Hardcore analysts, champions, and major sports media outlets are weighing in. The discussion goes beyond who's faster or stronger. It's about legacy, truth, and who truly represents greatness in boxing. On one side, you have Mayweather's loyal base, pointing to his clean record, ring IQ, and defensive brilliance. On the other, you have those who see Roy Jones Jr. as the more naturally gifted fighter, someone who wasn't afraid to experiment, fight bigger men, and leave it all in the ring. Everyone has a theory, a prediction, a favorite, and the buzz is getting louder every day.
Yeah, I heard all about it. I saw Roy Jones call out Floyd Mayweather after Floyd Mayweather's subliminal disses. I saw it. And you guys are hitting me up repeatedly. Showbiz, who do you have if Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather were to fight? And, you know, I must say, Roy Jones is my favorite fighter ever. He's my favorite fighter ever. You guys know I was a huge fanboy and all those things. I've said it repeatedly. But if they were to fight, I'll be rooting on Floyd Mayweather, man. I can't. Listen, regardless of how many times I've criticized Floyd and his career or whatever, Tim T has always shown me love, man. Floyd Mayweather showed me love, his son, his family. Look, Tim T has always shown love, bro. They have kept it a bean. I just never really been able to connect with Roy like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen him a few times. But I'm going with Floyd on this one, man.
Floyd Mayweather is no stranger to taunts, but this time the trolling hit a nerve. Roy didn't just brush it off. He fired back with intention, and his message was clear. He doesn't want an exhibition or a PR stunt. Roy wants a real fight under real rules, with no special terms or halfway measures. For him, it's not about money or headlines, it's about putting legacy on the line. He's challenging Floyd to strip away the showbiz persona and meet him in the ring for a true test. No private deals, no safe play. Just two legends toe-to-toe with everything to lose and everything to prove.
Floyd Mayweather savagely trolls Roy Jones Jr. after recent comments Roy Jones made about Floyd Mayweather couldn't possibly be the best and couldn't possibly beat Sugar Ray Leonard, and he had no respect for Floyd Mayweather since Floyd Mayweather stated that he was better than Muhammad Ali. And Floyd Mayweather savagely trolling Roy Jones Jr. as he's sitting on his couch watching Roy Jones get knocked out by Antonio Tarver in the second fight. And then in the second clip, he's sitting on his couch, very, very dialed in, and watching Roy Jones get brutally knocked out by Glenn Johnson, as you see right here. And Floyd Mayweather sitting on his couch, looking at his big screen, watching Roy Jones get stretched by Glenn Johnson and stretched by Antonio Tarver in the second fight. This is the ultimate troll and savage move by Floyd Mayweather. They're both legends. Roy Jones was a legend. Floyd Mayweather is a legend. But we know Floyd Mayweather retired 50 wins, no loss, no draw, 27 wins by way of knockout. Roy Jones did the unthinkable, jumping from light heavyweight to heavyweight to beat John Ruiz. But when he came back down, he wasn't the same fighter. What y'all think about this? Let me know. It's your boy Blue. Peace.
Roy doesn't stop at calling out Floyd's career. He also compares him to fighters from past generations. In his opinion, Floyd couldn't have handled someone like Sugar Ray Leonard. Roy describes Sugar as a dog, a real fighter who wasn't afraid of pain, pressure, or challenge. He praises Sugar's heart, skill, and willingness to go to war in the ring. While Floyd is a master technician, Roy believes he lacks the grit and raw fire that fighters like Leonard had. And yet, people overlook that. They forget what it meant to fight, like Sugar Ray. How hard it was to dominate in an era filled with killers. Roy's message is loud. Floyd's record may be spotless, but compared to legends like Sugar, it's just not the same.
People don't give him enough credit. People always say, well, Floyd would beat Sugar. No, baby, Floyd is not as near as mean as Sugar was.
You don't think you would have beat him?
How? How you gonna keep him off of him? Sugar is a dog. People don't, just cause his name Sugar don't mean nothing. Sugar is a dog. People don't give him enough credit for that. You gotta think, this in around, between around 13 and 14, I think. Angelo Dundee said, you're blowing it, son. Sugar Ray Leonard got went up there and put these things on Tommy Hearns, who knocked Roberto Duran cold with one shot. Your Tommy hit you just like G-Man. You've been hit. So for Sugar to go out there and do that, man, they don't give Sugar enough credit. You understand me?
He's a great finisher, too.
They don't give Sugar enough credit.
He gets you hurt, it's over with.
They don't give Sugar enough credit. So for me, I like Floyd, and Floyd is cool, but it's like, Floyd daddy didn't really fight that close to Sugar. Sugar kind of did what he wanted to do with Floyd daddy, and it's like, it's gonna be hard for me to see how they're gonna take it and beat Sugar. I mean, they'd have to do something different, that's for sure. Now, if he did something different, he probably have a chance, but just the way he been doing with normal people, that's not gonna work. What I saw in his prime, that's not gonna work with Sugar. Sugar got a third element right there.
He said third element.
He does. He got a third element right there. And we know that.
We
think Floyd got one, but we don't know. We ain't never seen the challenge. We know Sugar got one.
What you think? How you think that fight would have went though?
Well, who? Floyd and Sugar?
Y'all two.
Who, me and Sugar? I think I would have beat him if I would have fought him, but they probably could have never made me fight him because I feel like I learned so much from him too. And like I think I took what I thought he couldn't do well and I added that to my game. So if Sugar didn't help me get to be better than him, then it didn't do me no good to have him as a guy that I looked up to, you feel me?
Floyd's public image has always been larger than the sport. He flaunts his riches, his wins, and his self-proclaimed position at the top of boxing history. He's even claimed to be greater than Muhammad Ali, a statement that many fans and fighters find offensive. But when he started taking jabs at Roy Jones Jr., it wasn't just for laughs, it was personal. To Roy, the mockery was more than trash talk, it was a dismissal of everything he's fought for. Roy isn't just defending himself, he's defending the integrity of boxing. He sees Floyd's brand as a bubble inflated by ego and media, and he's ready to burst it by answering arrogance with action. According to Roy, Floyd's career strategy was never about greatness, it was about business. He doesn't deny that Mayweather fought big names, but he emphasizes when he fought them. Roy argues that Floyd often waited until opponents were past their prime or coming off losses before taking the fight. That way, the risk was lower, but the name still held value. It was a smart financial move, But Roy says it cheapens the claim that Floyd beat the best when they were at their best. People praise Floyd for his undefeated run, but Roy believes they overlook the timing and the context.
Because he did a great job, but he did it for himself, and it worked for him. But everybody now wants the Mayweather concept. Because Mayweather made so much money, staying undefeated, waiting till the right time to fight Pacquiao, fighting the right people to fight at the right time. He monopolized the business. But the problem was, it only made him money and the people he was fighting. It didn't make money for the whole sport. So what he did himself a great job, but it hurt the sport. Because now everybody wants to fight, stay undefeated. You understand me? Me, it's like when two guys get here, they gotta meet. No, wait. They was here 5 years ago. They should have met. You understand me? Because now, we probably could have got 3 good fights out of it. You understand me? But because we waited too long, the problem what people don't understand is, tomorrow's not promised to nobody. Guess what?
That's it for today's video.